Thanks to Donald Trump, America is being made less and less safe every single day. Nothing demonstrates this more than what's going on in LA. The Republicans are always claiming that LA is terrible and like a third world country. Now it seems like Trump is trying to make it into one. And now the LAPD chief is sounding the alarm over Trump's latest move. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, recently I talked about how this chaos in LA is forcing the right wing to show their true colors. It's just forcing the mask off. For example, Trump recently claimed that the rioting in LA was an insurrection. When people pointed out the obvious hypocrisy, he quickly changed his tune.
If we think there's a serious insurrection or less than that, we're going to have law and order.
Then on True Social a bit later, you said they were insurrectionists. After what you said,
you're talking about in L.A.?
Yes, sir, in L.A.
I wouldn't call it quite an insurrection, but it could have led to an insurrection. I mean, that was a lot of harm that was going on last night. I watched it very closely.
This is so incredibly classic of Donald Trump. Say something edgy and then walk back the minute you're challenged. This is why Trump demands respect. He doesn't earn it, because nobody will actually respect him. He can't keep his own statements straight. He can't even keep his own administration straight. Earlier, Trump said something about how Gavin Newsom should be arrested. Donald Trump's border czar said Monday that the Trump administration has no intention to arrest California Governor Gavin Newsom, despite the president's suggestion that he would support the move. That whole thing's been taken out of context, he added. No, it wasn't taken out of context. We took it in context. They haven't crossed a line yet. If you cross that line, I don't care who they are, the governor, the mayor, whatever, and when you commit a crime against ICE officers, we will seek prosecution. Okay, well, thanks for contradicting your Big Daddy Trump, but this is also not that new. I mean, even Kristi Noem is up on Fox News, talking tough, making a bunch of threats.
And the more that people conduct violence against law enforcement officers, boy, we're going to hit them back, and we're going to hit them back harder than we ever have before. And we conducted more operations today than we did the day before.
But now Kristi Noem has also been exposed as a gigantic hypocrite, just blindly following Trump like the cosplaying sheep that she is.
And remember, Democrats have been encouraging this president. They've been encouraging President Biden to come after our state's rights. They've been talking about federalizing our National Guard, which would be the first time in American history that we would have a president that would pay soldiers to stand down, to actually not protect America.
But now these riots have forced a reckoning upon Donald Trump. That's right. The LAPD chief has sounded the alarm over Trump's latest shocking move. Take a look.
In a stunning move, the Los Angeles police chief is sounding the alarm, warning that President Trump's sudden decision to deploy 700 U.S. Marines into L.A. could do more harm than good. Here's the full statement from LAPD Chief Jim McDonnell. The LAPD has not received any formal notification that the Marines will be arriving in Los Angeles. However, the possible arrival of federal military forces in Los Angeles, absent clear coordination, presents a significant logistical and operational challenge for those of us charged with safeguarding this city. The Los Angeles Police Department, alongside our mutual aid partners, have decades of experience managing large-scale public demonstrations, and we remain confident in our ability to do so professionally and effectively. That said, our top priority is the safety of both the public and the officers on the ground. We are urging open and continuous lines of communication between all agencies to prevent confusion, avoid escalation, and ensure a coordinated, lawful, and orderly response during this critical time. Let's be clear, Trump's entire brand is law and order, but this move does the opposite. Instead of working with local agencies, he's dropping military forces into one of the most volatile situations in the country, with zero coordination. That's not leadership. It's reckless. The riots in Los Angeles have only escalated since the federal response began. Over 4,000 troops are now in the city. Protesters and civilians are being met with tear gas, rubber bullets, and now potentially Marines. And yet the people actually trained to de-escalate, LAPD and local officials, are being ignored. Mayor Karen Bass called it an experiment, saying Trump is using LA as a test case for what happens when the federal government strips power from local leaders.
To a Home Depot, to people's workplaces where they're just trying to make a living. At Home Depot, you have day laborers centers so that the people that are trying to seek work each and every day will have a place to be so that it doesn't interfere with the business. These are not the people that we were told were going to be detained. And it makes me feel like our city is actually a test case for what happens when the federal government moves in and takes the authority away from the state or away from local government. I don't think that our city should be used for an experiment.
Instead of calming the violence, Trump's move is fueling it, proving that sometimes the greatest threat to law and order is the one claiming to defend it.
This right here is absolutely pathetic. I mean, seriously, just disgusting and unprecedented. I mean, there's an entire act that prohibits the general use of military for law enforcement within the US. And the Insurrection Act, this is the big one. This allows for the military to be sent into US cities. And unfortunately, this is exactly what Trump is apparently looking into. Keep in mind, this is also incredibly unprecedented because this involves active duty Marines, not the National Guard. Long story short, Trump desperately wants to be the strong man. However, he's embarrassingly weak. He might be just strong enough to break the Constitution.